Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be over the new anti-roll bar that I'm about to install in the car, and the reason why I'm doing that. So starting off, I put the anti-roll bar that's in this car in probably 3 or 4 years ago now, and at the time this anti-roll bar was up to be able to handle the power that I was making, but I have since exceeded what this anti-roll bar can handle. As you can see, here's a couple of clips and pictures of how bad the anti-roll bar is twisting up whenever I launch the car. So yeah, it's twisting up pretty bad, and what it's doing is the weight isn't even on both rear tires, and it's costing me traction. So I hit up the guys at TRZ Motorsports and got this sweet anti-roll bar from them. It has billet end links here. You see nice bronze bushings, really large diameter tube here. Really nice piece. And then let's get under the car. Oh yeah, it also comes with all these nice down links and tabs to weld onto the rear end as well. So I'll get under the car real quick and show you guys what I currently have on it, and you can see a big difference. So there is the current anti-roll bar that's on the car. It's a baseline suspensions, basic anti-roll bar, and you can tell just by looking at it, it's not nearly as robust as the TRZ anti-roll bar. I'm not knocking these guys. It's been a great product. It just I've exceeded what it can handle. So I've been dreading it for a while, but I got to get it cut out. So I'm probably just gonna hack it in a couple of spots on the bar here, so I can pull it out of the plates on the ends. Then I'm going to have to grind the welds on those, and I'll do a comparison of this ARB next to that TRZ one. I've already got everything ready. Okay, I don't mind my hack job set up for the fuel cell. It works, but I got it pulled out. Obviously don't want to be grinding and welding with fuel sitting back here, so I've sealed the lines up, drained all the fuel. It's sitting over there, so I'm ready to rock. I'm gonna get the grinder out. I already got my wireless rigid grinder over here ready to go. So this is gonna be fun. I'm dreading it, honestly. So I'm gonna get started on this thing and catch back up here in a minute. So after taking way longer than it should have, this thing's finally out with some safety precautions removed from my grinder here. That's always fun. But it's out, and kind of compare the differences between the two. This is where a non-expert YouTuber like myself pulls out a set of dial calipers and starts measuring stuff, acting like I know what I'm talking about. So just out of curiosity, let's see the outside diameter of this baseline one is 1.25 inches, and then the outside diameter of the TRZ a little over 1 5/8 inches. One thing I did forget about this baseline ARB is it's a really thick wall chrome moly. Measures in at what's that, 0.2? Yeah, 0.2 of an inch, pretty thick. And then I'm pretty sure this baseline, not this baseline. I can tell you the TRZ isn't quite as thick on the inside diameter, but the tube itself is much wider. Let's see what it is. Just under an 1/8 inch. So definitely not quite as thick, but I think the big downfall to why this baseline ARB was flexing is if you look how close the outriggers are compared to the TRZ, and like your UPR and your Team Z, all of them are, the outriggers or whatever you want to call this, are at the very end, as close as you can get them to the bushings here on the end. And so with these being closer together, that gives the rear end more leverage to twist and apply force to this ARB, whereas this one not as much. So, and also I think this one flexing has a lot to do with these outriggers being made out of the same tubing as the rest of the ARB. All of your other ones generally have this nice billet piece or something that looks really similar to it, which is structurally a lot stronger. So now I got to cut those welded plates out, and that's going to be fun. That's going to take a while. So I'm going to get out here and start cutting on them. All right, guys, so after like 3 or 4 hours, I was working kind of slow just because I'm laying on the ground down here, but I finally got these freaking plates cut out. That is the worst thing I have ever had to do. I know I look like I just freaking got beat up or something, but I'm freaking tired. Got the Dremel out. I got the freaking hammer out, the pry bar out. I'll show you guys how everything looks under here. I hate grinding dust. Absolutely despise it, and it's everywhere. Been kind of trying to sweep it up some, but the plates are out. I was kind of worried about not being able to get them out, but there they are. Now I get to get a flapper disc and get rid of the rest of the weld that's up there, so I can put the new one in. So I'll get my flapper disc out here and get it fitted up. I'm not gonna do a time lapse, guys, because I got a new phone that I'm recording with, and I really don't want to get grinding dust and stuff all over it. So put this on, get those ground down, and I'm gonna put that, mock that up in place, and then after that I get to figure out how to get my welder to work right, so that's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna get to that and catch you guys up once I'm done with it. So it's the next day. Little did I know that I was gonna have to continue to grind on this thing for like another hour probably to get all those welds out. Took probably longer than it should have. And then I didn't video it, but I tried to welded in with my old machine, my Hobart 135 here. It's old, and the feed mechanism in it's jacked up, and it welds good sometimes and it doesn't weld good other times. So it got me kind of pissed off. So I said, screw that. I'm gonna go get, it was Father's Day, and I talked the old lady into getting me a new welder. So I went down to Rural King and got me a Hobart 190s. This is a 230 volt welder. Anyways, got it. I got me a new helmet too, because I'm almost killed myself with the cheap Harbor Freight one, so I got one of these nice Hobart welding helmets. Screw that thing. And I got the roll bar welded in there. You can probably take a quick little, let's about all you get to see on my welds. That weld over there on the right's screwed up from the other welder, so I ground it down and did the best I could on it, but it's up there. So that's in there, and I gotta get the rear end put back up and get the tabs welded onto the rear end, so that's what I'm gonna work on next. All right, so I got the tabs and everything welded onto the rear end, so the TRZ anti-roll bar is officially completely installed in the car. Downlinks are installed, and then one thing I really wanted to show you guys is the big difference between on the rear end on how wide the arms come out and how wide the ARB is on this on the rear end compared to the old roll bar. And you can see here, this is the old tab. These are the new tabs. There's a big difference. Then the nice downlinks up here, which I still need to get in the car and adjust this one. So basically, with the driver in the car, I'll set the anti-roll bar to neutral, and then I'll put about a half a turn of positive preload in this one, and that'll be the starter setting for the anti-roll bar, and then see how the car launches and adjust from there. But usually, just that half a turn of preload should get it pretty close. So it's up in there, ready to rock, looking good. That's gonna be it for this one, guys. Hopefully get to go out and test this thing out at some point in time. I don't know when yet, but definitely excited to see how it does. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like always, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.